Hi everybody, my name is Winnie Doyle Marshall and welcome to the Doyle Marshalls. One of the things that I realized is probably a topic that I wanted to talk about is how to balance everything as a mom. So how to balance your work life and your personal life, and I guess this is more how I kind of do it, if you want to call it balancing. But you know, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I am a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm I work, so I'm a colleague, you know, I'm an employee. There's a lot of titles that tend to get put on people in general, and I think for me, I'm gonna speak from the perspective of a mom that is very driven in her work life. So you know, there's just a lot I do. I'm a mom of two girls who are very little, 3 and 1, and it can get really busy, and you know, I sometimes I'm sleep deprived, and I still have these really big career goals that I have for myself and just life goals that I have for myself. And so I'm gonna just talk about just some tips to balance it as a working mom, balance everything. I have my phone with me because I do have some notes to try to stay, I guess, as focused as I can when I'm sharing some of these tips. But one of the things that I really, I guess every day something that I do is when I wake up, even the night before, I'll think about what does my day tomorrow look like. I'll go through my calendar, what meetings do I have for work, what are the goals I have for my work day, are there any extracurriculars that I need to do. Like usually first Wednesdays of the month at our church we have something called First Wednesdays, and so that's something that I'm very intentional, we as a family are very intentional about going to. And so things like that, like are there any additional things during the work days and during the days in general, the weekdays I should say, that we will be doing. Normally I don't like to do anything after work. I like to pick up my kids from daycare, school, whatever, bring them home, set dinner, then, you know, maybe watch and dance a little bit on TV, play, bedtime. That's kind of how we do things. When I have other things, it tends to kind of disrupt the routine. So for the most part, we don't like to do anything after work and school and daycare. Yet there are things that we do with our church, like we're a part of small groups and we go to First Wednesdays and things like that during the weekdays, that we will make time for, and we will just, okay, we have a routine, it's going to get changed on these particular days of the week, and that's okay for us. We'll just deal, and you know, for us that's just one of the important parts of our life and how we're raising our kids is you know, to believe and to love God and to learn the practice of prayer and all of that kind of thing. So that fits in with our values. And so I think what I would start with is look at what your values are as a family. And I know I already said, like, look at your schedule the day before, but I think it all starts with what are your values as a family. Your values are going to connect to the activities you do and the activities you choose to prioritize. And so for us, rest is really, really important after a work day, yet we also value our spirituality and our church community. And so there are specific days of the week where there might be things that we're doing that we will prioritize that as a way of taking care of our spirituality, but also as a way of self-care and community and having community. And so those are things that we'll do. So focus on the values of you if you're an individual, and your family if you have a partner and kids, and you know, even if it's just you and your partner, you still have those shared values that you have as your own little unit, your own family. I really look at my schedule the day before to be like, okay, what do I need to accomplish tomorrow, and what do I need to accomplish this week, and what is that gonna look like? And then in the morning I'll refresh my brain. Usually the first thing I do is like, okay, I know I need to get this and this done for the morning. Okay, I need to, you know, my kids need to be up at this time, blah blah blah. So the first thing is we have our routine. We wake up the kids. We don't dilly-dally around. We make sure that they get dressed, diapers are changed, teeth are brushed. Teeth are brushed? Teeth is the plural. Yeah, teeth are brushed. And immediately throw on jackets, boots, whatever in the car. Like, we do not waste time. They usually eat breakfast at daycare. So sometimes we'll have like a snack, like either granola bar or a pack of applesauce for them in their car seat, because I don't know what it is with my kids. Like, when they sit in their car seat, they need to have something to eat. It's just a thing they need and they like, and maybe I formed that habit, but it's something that is required if you are going to have a peaceful ride to wherever you are going in our household. So we'll do that, drop them off, come back home, or go straight to work if I'm working in the office, and that's my day. And if it is maybe a non-work day, like let's say I took a day off or whatever that looks like, Femi and I kind of coordinate to see like what do we need to get done that day. Like, are there errands we need to run for the family, doctor's appointments, whatever it is that we're doing. So our schedule is really, really important. Femi and I share a schedule. I put my stuff in his calendar, he puts his stuff in my calendar, and we can see each other's calendars as an extra reassurance. But that's really important to us, because if we miss something, I mean, I have mom brain, he has dad brain. Like, it's just, we're doing all the things. I'm also an entrepreneur, and Femi mainly runs the business. It's our business together. Femi mainly runs it. So even he has like 1,000 things on his mind. He's usually sleep deprived as well, because he's helping with the kids at night, and all of those things. I do specifically designate times that I am a mom and times that I am I'm always a mom, but times where I am specifically a mom and times where I am a worker, an employee, whatever you want to call it, like times when I'm working. And so that is really important for me to discern, and not because like, oh, I'm gonna worry about mom stuff while I'm at work. It's actually the other way around. Like, I would like to focus on my family and my kids and my husband when I'm with my family, my kids and my husband. I don't want to have to think about work. So when I'm with my family, I try to really have that as focused time that I am not working. So I try to end my days at a specific time. Once I pick up my kids, like, unless it's in the schedule that I have a work event or something to do or something to go to, I try to turn off work. I'm not the greatest at it. Sometimes I will check emails in the evening, because I don't like the unknown, so I like to know. Like, sometimes if I get an email, I'm like, okay, I gotta address that tomorrow. But I do my best to not get into that, or not respond to any emails, not respond to work messages when I am with my family. And that's a boundary that I really set for myself. And if that's something that you struggle with, I would really encourage ways to set that boundary. It's not just about the family, it's also for your own self-care, so your brain has a bit of time to rest and recover. Yeah, he said, oh, another one point I put in here is I pray. I pray a lot. But especially in moments of stress and in moments where I am feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, like, oh, how am I gonna get through today? I did not sleep well, I blah blah blah, whatever it is, you know. So that's, for me, it's something that I need to function, is prayer. You can, you choose what you need, but there has to be an aspect for me where I am in touch with my spiritual self. What I wasn't doing before that I've just recently started is I have the Bible app, and so I'll usually go through a plan in the Bible app on like specific scriptures that I can read every day. So this morning I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, not because anyone woke me up. My brain just went on because it was worried about something at work, and I woke up thinking about work first thing, and I literally had to look at my phone, and I was like, okay, get off your work email and go to the Bible app and just pray first. So I woke up, went on my work email, realized that's probably not a great idea to wake up and the first thing you do is pull out your phone and look at your work email. and I decided to pray right after that so I could just ground myself when I woke up in the morning. So figure out a way, however long it takes, to ground yourself in the morning. That literally took 3 minutes of my time. I usually don't have much more than that, and literally after I closed my Bible app, my kids came into the room screaming and crying and all the things, laughing. One was crying, one was laughing. It was a whole thing. But that 3 minutes just grounded me in the morning, and I did that, and the rest of my day, went, and it was a lot. The mornings are really hectic for us, and the evenings are really hectic for us. The other thing I would say is have a system for your home. Now, what I will tell you is I cook, okay? You will see as I continue these videos, I like to cook. I like trying new recipes. I like baking. I like doing all of those things. I am not great at cleaning. Like, I have to say, like, I think I'm a great mom. I think I'm great at my job. I think I'm great at cooking, great at baking, great at being calm under, extreme circumstances, and being supportive and being empathetic. I'm great at a lot of things, but cleaning is not one of them. I'm not great at it. I don't enjoy it. It's just not my thing. And so Femi takes on most of the cleaning most of the time. Actually, we split the cleaning, but he takes on the kitchen if he can. And so when I say have a system for your home, that also involves, like, where do you need support? Have those systems in place for where you need support as well. So I have a system of, like, making sure that when I wake up, okay, I'm at work, but I'm also thinking about what's dinner gonna be, and that dinner is gonna be lunch the next day, and all of those things. So I am thinking about my week. What meat do I need to take out of the freezer? I've been bad at that lately, but I'm trying to get back on it. I'm usually pretty good at taking meat out the night before and just making sure all my stuff is ready to go. So when I come home, if I have to prep a meal when I'm home, working from home, or if I have to prep it when I come home from work, like, it's just things are ready to go. And my goal is that it doesn't take me more than 30 minutes to get food together. So that's me. So have a system for what your routine needs to be. Do you need to meal prep? Do you need to meal plan? When you need to do groceries? Where are your kids in all of this? Are you doing groceries after you pick your kids up from daycare? I only do that in emergent situations, but maybe that works for you because your kids just are chill or they're older. My kids are neither, so that's usually a bad idea. I need to go grocery shopping during the day or have it delivered on a weekend. That's how I need to do it. So it's either I go grocery shopping before I get my kids, or I have it delivered during the week, if it's a during the week thing. So that's like system for your home, system for your day. What things do you need to accomplish that day? How do you set up your kids for success? And creating space for your plan to go sideways. I feel like I talked about a lot of the other things, but yeah, creating space for your plan to not go according to plan is really important, because it can be really stressful when you were like, I thought I was gonna come home and have time to cook and da-da-da, and then a meeting goes long, and then maybe you pick your kids up late, or maybe you pick your kids up and you thought I could pick up applesauce on the way home for the kids for their snack, but then that kid you just picked up is having a major tantrum. Like, no, I'm not walking into a grocery store with this energy. Right? So things can go sideways and you have to kind of think on your feet. I like to have a little bit of a backstock in my pantry. My backstock often runs low a lot because I'll use my backstock as my stock, which is not the point of backstock. But I try to always have something in my kitchen that can be an alternate snack for my kids. Or if I don't have something, I'll make up, like, I'll be like, who wants fried eggs for dinner or for a snack or whatever, like, and I'll just fry up some eggs, so you got to create space for the things that aren't going to go according to plan. And for me, when it comes to kids, especially if what they just need is for you to give them a hug when they come home, that can take time and it can totally throw you off. But maybe they just need that hug. And you know, maybe it depends on the day, but some days I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here on the couch, watch the Wiggles with you on my lap, and give you the biggest hug ever for like 30 minutes because that's what you need. And I'm tired, and clearly things aren't going according to plan today. And so just create space for things to go sideways. You know, sometimes it's even like someone invited you for like a drink or for coffee or whatever, and like it wasn't part of your plan. But sometimes those things are like the best things ever because it creates room for connection, or it creates room for other opportunities. So yeah, I think I listed out a bunch of stuff there. Pray, look at your schedule, for the week, look at your schedule the night before, look at their schedule for the day, make room for, you know, have a system for your home, make space for things to not go your way. But I think the biggest tip that I could probably say is if you're a mom and you have little ones and you're working and you're ambitious and all of the things, sometimes it's okay to not have balance. Sometimes it's okay to just get one thing done that day. Like, sometimes I am exhausted and I'm like, what's the one thing I can do today that will make me feel like I just got something done? And sometimes that's a work project, to be honest. Like, okay, I really needed to work on this thing for work, and if I can just get this done, I'm good. And if I'm being honest, today was one of those days. Like, I just needed to focus my mind on this one thing that I'm working on for work, and I just needed to get that one thing done. And I did, you know, and now I pulled up my camera and I was able to film my video like right before picking up the kids. And so it just worked out that way. But that is something that, like, when all else fails, what's the one thing you can do today that'll just make you feel good? Sometimes it's not a work thing. Sometimes it's, I just need to make a homemade dinner. Like, or I just need to have dinner ready for when the kids come home. And like, that's good enough, you know? So think about what's the one thing you need to get done, because balance, you can't always achieve balance. And I think balance is just a weird state that people want, but there's always going to be some parts of your life that are more busier than others, and it's not always going to be like all evened out, right? Like, you have to be able to take in life as it is. Like, that's the whole point of life, is sometimes you're busier in your personal life and your work life is chill. Sometimes both are crazy, and you have to figure out how to center yourself in it all. So yeah, just think about, maybe like balance isn't balance. Maybe you just have to focus on what is best for you at that point in time. Maybe what's the one thing you want to get done. Maybe the one thing you want to get done is just connect with your kids and draw a colorful painting with them with crayons, or painting, or whatever that looks like. Maybe doing an activity with them. Maybe just taking your kid to the park because they haven't been to the park in forever. Maybe that's the thing you want to do, and that's the thing that's going to make your heart smile or make you feel like you accomplished something that day. So just don't be hard on yourself. Know that it's all a roller coaster, and we're all just doing our best. And you know, you can implement as many systems as you want, but at the end of the day, life is life, and you're gonna be okay. Just, you know, center yourself, center what the needs of you are, what the needs of your home are, and get support where you can. My husband is, Femi is a huge supporter. Like, he will pick up the slack if there is slack to pick up, which there always is. Like, he will contribute. He also has his responsibilities, and we share our roles, we share our values, and we talk about our days and what it looks like, and when we're stressed, and what I need from him or what he needs from me to help us through this time. And we'll do that. And as my kids get older, sometimes, like, I ask Lily, like, hey, can you help me with this? Like, I just need a little help with this. And sometimes she will say yes. Sometimes she will say yes. But that's the 3, almost 4-year-old in her. So, you know, you go through different life stages, and the way you create balance even can change. And so just be able to be flexible, but have some kind of loose structure, so you know somewhat what to expect from your day, at least as much as you can control it. I'm gonna end off by saying you're doing great, whether you're a mom or not, whether you have a partner or not. Like, you know, everyone struggles with schedules and structures and balance, and do the best you can, but you're doing great. Thank you for joining us today. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like to see. I have been filming a lot of my cooking, but you know, that takes a little bit more time to edit and stuff. But my goal for this year, and you're seeing this video in January, so we'll see how this goes, is to do my best to keep up with this channel and just share a little bit more of myself with you, and be able to just create content that supports people and is somewhat of a benefit in this world to other folks. Take care, have a great year ahead, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.